In the heart of Athens County, Ohio, a mere 10 miles from Ohio University, is a tiny town with a tragic history. Along winding back roads nestled in the Sunday Creek Valley is the small town of Millfield, Ohio. Millfield was a coal mining town, like many of the other small towns throughout Appalachia. On November 5, 1930, the worst mine disaster to ever occur in Ohio shook the little community. In 1930, around 1,500 people lived in Millfield, and most of them were employed by the Sunday Creek Coal Company. Those who didn't work in the mines had friends and family who did. This disaster devastated the little town. Mothers lost their sons, wives lost their husbands, and many families lost both.
I don't know, you kind of get the kind of a numbness or something. It's not that you get insensitive, but you just don't. It's just hard to realize that everywhere you look around through the camp, and almost every house was touched by death. And it's just like I say, that you get kind of numb to the fact that there were so many dead people in one place like that, and that it happens that suddenly.
On that bleak day in 1930, 182 miners laced up their boots and headed to work like it was any other day, but only 100 would make it home. It was a brisk autumn morning, and the breeze carried the sharp bite of the approaching winter. On that day, the miners were accompanied by 9 company officials preparing for a tour of mine number 6, which was one of the largest mines in the area, employing over 800 men. At 11:45 a.m., an explosion erupted from the back of the mine, the force of which sent grown men flying through the air. Those who were closest to the blast were gone almost instantly, but for those throughout the mine who remained conscious, the clock began ticking. The mine was quickly filling with carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless gas that slowly suffocates anyone who breathes it. Splintered boards acted as shrapnel, and smoke and dust billowed out of the mine as men scrambled to find the nearest escape routes. Help arrived quickly. The National Guard, doctors, and Salvation Army volunteers all arrived on site to help the survivors and to retrieve bodies of the deceased from the depths of the mine shaft. By 7:15 p.m. that same day, 78 bodies had been retrieved from the mine, as friends and family gathered amidst the chaos, hoping that they wouldn't find their loved ones amongst the dead. An entire town mourned in unison. 82 men in total died from the explosion, but many more were left with debilitating, lifelong injuries. Most of the men died from asphyxiation due to the carbon monoxide. The cause of the explosion was determined to be a buildup of gas, which was ignited by a spark from a fallen trolley wire. Now, legend has it that when you stand outside of the mine, sometimes you can feel the ground beneath you begin to shake, and the air fills with the cries and moans of the men who were trapped in the belly of the earth below. The imprint of this tragedy remains trapped beneath the rubble of mine number 6, and can be felt throughout the town of Millfield to this day.
And I've got the faith that everybody else does that believes in God, that someday we will meet somewhere. Although sometime when the things that I've done and said makes me think that I might not go there. I might go the other way. But I have hopes of someday meeting all my friends and family and everybody in the big sky.